Hi. Okay, tonight I'd like to talk about where would you be? Not the first drink. I'm talking about like daily, really. I mean, if you don't have the first one, you'd be alright, wouldn't you? It's having the first one that causes the problems. Got a bit of a cold here. However, you're much better off without the first drink, wouldn't you? Much better off. Because the first one will always lead to more, which is the key to getting back on it, isn't it? One leads to two and so on. So that's what I'd like to talk about. This old phrase of don't pick up means don't have the first alcoholic drink, isn't it? Do not have the first alcoholic drink. If you can stay clear of the first. Hello, Watchman Jay, how you doing? Nice to see you. If you don't have the first drink, you won't have 10, will you? When there's a few more people, I'll just go through a little scenario, which we've all been through, where we maybe finish work and then decide to have a drink. And that's the problem, isn't it? Just that first one will always take you back to trouble. It's the first one is the worst one, if that makes sense. Big Star, hi there. Damn drink. It takes us straight back, doesn't it? Really bad. It's not good. The first one is what it is. It's always the first one, isn't it? And why? I still can't work out why. Nobody can tell me why that one drink leads to so much trouble. Because on the face of it, it shouldn't be a problem, is it? 1 to 100, you're right. Sarah Lee, hiya. Good evening. Catherine, hope you're well. So why do we have this urge to have the first one, even though we're quite aware it's going to cause us problems? It's a bit of a mystery still to a lot of people. We know it could lead to more. We still try it. I think I tried the first one because I wanted to get back into it, if that makes sense. Like it's such a way of life, especially in the UK, that you try and get back into the groove, if that makes sense. You want to be part of the gang. You don't want to miss out. But really, what you're missing out on. So, Watchman, one too much, 100's not enough. Yeah, you're so right. Problem drinkers cannot moderate. Moderation's a myth. I talk about this till the cows come home because that's what nearly killed me. This relapse thing is a problem, isn't it? It's a big, big problem. Relapse. It's always going to be a problem if you continue to go back to it, and each one gets worse and worse. And there's no rhyme or reason why we do it. Or the fact we think we can handle it, but you can't handle it. And one of the biggest um, problems is when you get complacent. They say you become a community in a pub. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I still go to the local Weathers pubs now and again. Not as much as I used to. And the same people in the same places, but they're looking rough as you get older, if that makes sense. Your body can't process it as well. Um, and eventually things give way, don't they? Your mental health suffers, your physical health will suffer, your bank balance will suffer. Big Star, you then have to leave that community when you give up. You're right there, it's a big part of our lives, isn't it? If you're a steady drinker, heavy drinker, it becomes your, like you say, your community, your go-to place, your happy place. Hello, Paul, nice to see you. Evening to you. The pubs where people still meet, isn't it? They still meet there. It doesn't matter what occasion it is. Whether it's a funeral or a birth or a christening or a divorce party or a marriage, there's always drink about, isn't there? How many times have you been to a function where there's no drink? Very rare, isn't it? Hello, Becca, how are you doing? Nice to see you. So it's everywhere. And pick up that first one, but a little scenario here. People stop talking to me when I give up. Big Star, it's bang on that. That's what happened to me. Lots of people just ignored me. I think, what the hell have I done? I think I'd won the lottery and was running around with some Playboy girl or something. It's incredible how jealous people become when you get sober. But this is a scenario for you. You finish work at 5, yeah? And you're going to go home to a healthy evening meal. This is just a scenario. Becca, I lost a lot of friends. Yeah, is it two? You would do. It's weird, isn't it? Is it jealousy? Do you think? Hello, Jason. Nice to see you. So this scenario about having just the one, you leave work, you're going to go home, have some healthy food, and have an early night. You decide then to just pull to the right into the car park of the pub and just have one. Because obviously you know the drink drive those. However, let's not worry about them. You go and have one. You think, wow, that's quite nice. It's Thursday night. I might have another one. I might have two. And so going on, somebody else comes in, and then you think of three or four, and you think, I'll just leave the car because Thursday night, I've only got Friday to go. So you have more and more to drink. And what happens is you get this worried about the next day. So you get an Uber back home, you're getting late, and then you get waylaid by that. You don't eat the healthy food that you bought. You have a couple more cans because you don't care anymore. And then the next day you get up, you have to have a wash, you have to have a shave, you get to work late, you're going to go back to the pub car park in an Uber or something to get your car. You spent a fortune. Maybe your phone's flat. All this sort of thing goes on just because you had that one thing. And that's a very minor situation, isn't it? You know, it's not a serious thing, that. That's what happens, just the one. The one can lead to a whole world of trouble. Big star, people stopped talking to me when I gave up, yeah. I lost a lot of friends, Becca, definitely. Hello, Jason. Becca, people said I changed. Good, exactly, yeah, you changed for the better, don't you? Daniel Moore. Hi, Stephen, I'm an alcoholic also. Welcome to the club, Daniel. You will, if you need any help, get in touch with me. There's links in all the descriptions of the videos to my number and email. Jason, hope your day has been okay. Yeah, all good today. Thanks. I've got a few things to set up with a little thing I'm doing. But other than that, yes, we'll be good. So yeah, the scenario is don't touch that one. Because you cannot get back to where you were before. It takes a long time. It's 25 people, that's really good. Daniel, I'm doing a geographic. I'm currently in Malta. This one. Place I've never been to. Malta. Had some friends of my parents who used to go there. Yes, it was a lovely country. I think me and my partner will go there at some point. So yeah, the first one will take you down in a whole world of trouble. Because after one, you'll have two. Guaranteed. I do a lot of one-to-one mentoring and support of a lot of people off the booze. And most people who have come off the booze say, I wish I could just have one or two. But I say, you cannot do that because you'll always want more. We don't have, alcoholics have no off switch. And we want to party on. We're not party on. A lot of people, a lot of alcoholics just drink in the house. But I think there's 5 stages I mentioned before. And, when you get to the end, it's horrendous. Chris David Wood, hiya, Chris. I once saw Matthew Perry, or Chandler, give a talk at my head office. He said something that I completely understand. He said, I am responsible for the first drink I take. After that, bets are off. Yeah, I like that. The first one will always beat you. You cannot control it after the first one, unfortunately. Jason went last year, really nice, but all inclusive. Not too good for us. No, you're right there. There's always that expectation you're going to drink a lot. And think, oh, just have one because I might as well get the free. Dangerous gear. Deezer, dealing with triggers is the key. Knowing what they are and winning the battle with them is not easy. You're right there. It's not easy. But you can do it. There's a lot of people on this channel who've been really ill, without me included, and come back from the brink. It can't be difficult. It really can't be difficult. But we're here to support everybody. And there's a lot of people on here who've been to hell and back with the booze. And I mean to hell and back. And a lot of people nearly lost their life. So, any questions you got, please drop them in here or send me an email or something. And I'll get back to you. Richard, how are you doing, Richard? Evening, Steve. You're looking so healthy, mate. Thanks, Richard. I'm trying to get to the gym a bit more. And had my daughter's dog for a couple of weeks, which is keeping me walking quite a lot. Kane, how did you quit? Oh, AA. Yeah, I never used AA. It does help some. Samara, nice to see you. How are you doing? How's life in the water? Daniel, we are powerless over alcohol. True as that. As soon as you have that first one, you're powerless. Well, I was anyway. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Stephen Chat. Nice to see you, Sam. How are you doing? Hope you've had a good day. Having a bit of a technical day, to be honest. Well, not technical. Frustratingly technical. We're just talking something about the first drink will lead to more, and as you know, it does. It just gets out of control, it becomes a spiral, doesn't it? But there are ways to offset that, and one of the ways I use is to play the tape forward into how ill I would be if I drank. In fact, I wouldn't be here long, and a lot of us wouldn't be here long. We took that first one. Keep away from it. It's just poison, as we know. Caden, thanks, Steve. Thanks, Caden. Jason, not for me. Smart recovery has been suggested to me. I don't know much about that, but it's worth looking into. I've heard that mentioned before, so look into it. I mean, anything that helps you in your journey. I do hope they benefit you, these lives. If you want to support the channel, then please do. Drop the super chat in or buy me a coffee link. It's pinned at the bottom. And that also supports us and helps me to create more material to help others struggling. There's a lot of people struggling. More than I ever imagined, to be fair. More than I ever imagined. Daniel, it's the staying stopped which I struggle with. Yeah, I've got an ebook out called Get Sober and Stay Sober. That's the issue. Most people can get sober. I mean, for the very, very heavy drinkers like myself, to just stop is dangerous because you can have seizures. But it's the staying sober, long-term sobriety is the key. You've got to use this mantra really. Today I'm going to be sober. But tomorrow I'm going to be sober. Just break it down into one day at a time. When you're told after years of drinking you can't drink again ever, it's a big emotional shock really. If you've used booze to socialise and get over problems, and maybe what you thought was going to relax, it doesn't really relax you, does it? It sedates you. It doesn't relax you. All these people will be thinking, "Oh God, I've got 4 days off over Easter," and all they're going to do is focus on drinking. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I used to do that. 4 days off to recover from the alcohol. So that's why relapse is so dangerous. Once you can get sober, you're lucky enough to get sober, you've really got to push it all the time. Big stuff causes a multitude of problems. It does. As Samara said once, we're all in the same boat. We're one drink away from total devastation, really, because it'd be nice just to have 1 or 2 drinks. We've never done that in the past. And if we do that, we'll be drinking the bar dry, won't we? And that'll be all downhill from then. And then you've got problems in all areas of your life. Financially, emotionally, physically, the whole lot. Then the anxiety kicks in. People worried about finances, worried about what they've done, what they've said, and all this sort of thing. Their behaviour generally is pretty poor. Chris, David, you need to find something to replace the alcohol. Just starting with no alternative is tough. You're right there. You must have a little bit of a plan of action, really. Whether it's to get fitter or start cooking or have some sort of hobby or rekindle a hobby you used to do, because you can't just stop and think, well, what we do with all these hours in the day. Because if you've been used to having a drink at 6 p.m. or 10, you've got 30 hours to fill in there, and you've also got the recovery time to fill in. You've got a lot of time to fill in because you feel much better when you stop. So you must do something positive. Daniel, I can't remember the first drink I ever had. I'm sorry to mention here. No, don't be sorry. Lord helps a lot of people. Many years ago, a lovely fellow said to me, "Your last drink can be your last drink." Very true, that. Soaking your first drink in a way. But I know what you mean. Big Star, my mental health issues were a direct result of alcohol use. And me. I'm not saying I was mentally ill, but I did have severe anxiety, which I suppose is a mental health issue. Severe anxiety is not good. It affects all areas of your life. Even if I had to go to work on public transport, I used to get nervous in the underground. I wasn't nervous at work, but it's weird what things happen, or how things happen, what sort of things actually crop up with it. Not being able to go in the underground, problems flying, problems getting the lift, all this sort of thing. It's all anxiety related. But anxiety can also be a fear, can't it? The fear of doing things, walking over a bridge because you jump off. What's all that about? A perfectly rational person start to think, I can't drive on a motorway because there's nowhere to get off if I feel terrible. All these things creep into your brain, and that's what causes this severe anxiety. Sorry, this phone just lost. Thanks, David, for the coffee there. I really appreciate that. It says if anyone wants to support the channel to help other people who've got problems, then please drop a super chat or the buy me coffee link, which is pinned at the bottom here. And Any support is obviously welcome. Keeps the show on the road, as it were. So if you are off booze now, you must concentrate every day in keeping sober. Keep sober, keep sober. It's got to be in your head. You don't have to announce it to the world, but make sure you have that in your mind as soon as having a shower or, clean your teeth, basically. Get it into your daily routine. Daniel, fear is a common denominator. You're right there, Daniel, definitely. Chris Wood, do you have any experience knowledge of the benefits of naltrexone? I did a little bit of research with the company, really. It can work. I haven't had any experience directly, though. It's worth researching it. Stoic, good evening, all. Can't chat again as I'm busy at work. No problem, Stoic. Nice to see you. Joe Wood, hi, Stephen. How are you doing? Hope I've pronounced that right. Pork Parry. Why don't our Mediterranean cousins not seem to have this problem? If I lived in a warm climate, I would suffer. Just to have a nice cool glass or something. I think here, especially in the UK, because of the weather and things, people don't seem to have much else to do. It's just a culture, isn't it? Overseas people drink more moderately. Not everybody does. I mean, other countries do have alcohol issues, but in this country people go crazy. The weather and just the atmosphere, there's not much to do, is there? That's a bit of a problem, I think. Catherine, it's amazing how excessive alcohol and lack of sleep affects the brain. Oh, God, yeah. For years we did it, though. For years I did it. It's horrendous. Snooker, hello, Steve. Good work you're doing, inspiring us to battle on. Thanks. You're welcome, Snooker. Just keep pushing it. Keep liking and subscribing to the channel and whatnot, and keep pushing it along. Daniel, appreciate your words. We're all blood brothers, as it were, who have suffered various degrees of this illness. Yeah, it goes from having the future of many and feeling rough to passing away, isn't it? And it's absolutely horrendous. The people I speak to about this, and the amount of people that are affected by it. I was speaking to a guy today I used to work with in the Met. His brother-in-law died, and he was 40, did a really good job in the Middle East. He was drinking whiskey and coke and this sort of thing. Had these varices, just started to cough up blood, and he's dead 12 hours later. Portal hypertension, when the liver gets cirrhotic, you get this build-up in the portal vein. It's absolutely horrific. Savannah, Porky could be something to do with ancestral DNA, why some countries have more alcoholics than others. Could be, yeah. Catherine, I agree, Porky. Big Star, having to deal with work while going through alcohol withdrawal is hell. Yeah, I did that for years. But how did you manage it? You have to manage it. If everything's riding on that job you've got, this causes a lot of stress for people when they're working. They've got deadlines and things. More so now than ever because there's more unemployment. The AI is coming in. It's much tougher now than it was 20 years ago, say, to hold down a job. You're more scrutinised. People are tracked. There's more effective supervision, as it were. It causes a massive problem. Daniel, I once heard something about scripture generation. Maybe, but my grandparents didn't have any problems with alcohol. I've been the only person in my family that I'm aware of that had an alcohol issue. And mine, I still maintain mine was a habit that turned into addiction. Because I used to enjoy drinking when I was a teenager. And then I joined the police quite young in life. I enjoyed going out with the people from there. And I used it. I thought it was a bit of a relaxing before I got in the underground, went home, and all this sort of thing. Depends what your home life's like as well. Mine wasn't particularly settled, so I had a few drinks there. Take the dog for a walk for a bit longer than usual, go to the pub, and we make some bad decisions. We're now a bit older, a bit wiser. Every decision we make is going to be really thought about, engaged, and looked at. And don't do anything hasty. That's the thing. Certainly don't think, well, I can handle the drink. I'm just going to go out tonight. I'm going to open a can of beer. It's so easy to get it now. You can just ring up and get a delivery. It's absolutely horrendous. Catherine, yes, I agree with you, Steve. It's a habit with me. Yeah, I think a lot of it is. I mean, people are going about genetics. I don't think it's got to do with genetics. I just think it's a habit which turns into an addiction. With a lot of people, not everybody, but my main problems came from anxiety. I didn't realise the anxiety was linked to alcohol. No one told me all that. I didn't even realise that if you stopped, suddenly you could have a seizure. Daniel, blackouts are the most horrendous things. Awful, aren't they? Had a couple of them. Hi, Paul. How you doing? I'm good, Paul. Hope you are too. All good here. And nice to see you on here. Nice to see everybody. Have a bit of a chat. So basically, it's relapse must be prevented at all costs. The new way to do it is to keep saying to yourself, I can't drink. You can't have the first one. None of us can moderate. And I don't know why the doctors keep on about this. Moderate. No doctor has ever said to me you can't drink again until I saw the specialist in hospital. Then he said you can't drink it. The GP never said that. And I'm doing okay so far, I'm not missing the hangovers. Oh, God. This is another thing. I often forget how bad the hangovers were. Struggling out of bed at 4 in the morning to try to get to early turn in the West End of London. The hangovers. And then the hangovers turned into withdrawal after that. So, availability of alcohol is a major factor. If you lived on a big island with no alcohol, there would not be any alcohol. It's true, that. Yeah, you're right. Availability is huge now. More so than in the past because you've got this delivery carry on, haven't you? You know, people can just ring up and get the deliveries. I was speaking to one guy the other week. It was so embarrassing. He was so desperate for booze, he must have clicked on a couple of different companies. Or Just Eat, Uber Eats, and so on. And all three of these mopeds arrived all at the same time. Because you get desperate, don't you, when you need a drink. You do anything for a drink. Because you don't want to have this withdrawal. You don't feel as you can cope with it. You start to shake and you feel that your life's just getting worse by the second, really. So alcoholism progressively gets worse. I've never heard of an alcoholic slowly drinking himself back to normal drinking, but you can't do it. You cannot do it, can you? It's impossible. It is progressive thing. It'll never get better. Stoic Daniel, you can't stay stopped because you believe you are powerless over your addiction. I spent 4 years on the 12-step program. I didn't get sober until I realized I have power over it. Good point. Yeah, especially the first one. We got control of the first one. Do not have the first one. Daniel, good point. Excellent. Yeah, it does get worse. You can't really drink yourself back. You've got to stop. And as I said earlier, if you keep going back to the booze, then every relapse is going to make things worse, much worse. Daniel, thanks to I'm hearing you. Appreciate that. Yeah, you've got power over it, especially the first drink. And that's why I say to people, if you're lucky enough to get sober, then stay sober. Because that's difficult for a lot of people, even just to master a day without it. A week without and building up. I mean, for me to look back and think I'm nearly 7 years sober, it's just incredible. I didn't think I'd go for 7 hours. Porgy Summit is a challenge. I saw a guy literally in tears last year outside Yates, clearly fighting the urge to end. Very sad. Wow, it's terrible, isn't it? John Knight, stay strong. It's so true. Stay strong. Battle through it. It's a battle that can be won because there are people on here who've done it. People who are still alive and kicking. People are building lives around this, knowing they still got the addiction, but you beat it. And the Stoics said that you've got complete control now. You can, life's in your hands now. And don't keep blaming other things, other people, because everyone has problems. Everyone has issues to deal with. But if you're drinking, you can't deal with anything properly, can you? Daniel is very cunning. You think you're okay, but you can have a couple and leave it. But sooner or later, it will rear its ugly head again. Yeah. I think I used to get this, even just one or two, after maybe a period of a year off, and I've worn maybe two, then I not have any for a couple of days, I'd have one again, 2, then 3. Next day I'd feel really terrible, and I'd have to have more. It's very quick to catch up with you after a relapse. So you can be off for 5, 6 years, and then you go back to it, and it'll just take you down fast as snow off a dike. That's the issue with it. It's so quick. Look at the people who've relapsed after liver transplants and things. Had liver transplant and suddenly gone back to boozing. They're dead very quickly because your body can't take it. It's an absolute nightmare. It's, I said before, it's poison, isn't it? Once you got that poison going, it's a total, it's totally downhill, isn't it? Simon, how are you doing? Big pressure weekend coming up. After work, drinks planned. Tread carefully, everybody, and be on guard. Yeah, you've got to be on guard. Good point, son. You have to really watch it. It's so easy to get swept away, especially if you've got nice weather. But even bad weather doesn't make any difference with the weather, does it? There's a pub there, you walk past it and you think, oh, just have one. How many times have we all done it? It's like how many times have we said, we've got a really bad head, really feel terrible after a hangover. I'm not going to do that again. But we do. We'll go back to it. Hope you benefit from these lives, get some value from them. If you do, please drop a super chat in or buy me a coffee links at the bottom there, it's pinned at the bottom. And any support you give will be channeled towards helping more people get sober, which is the mission, really. Getting more people healthy, really, isn't it? At the end of the day. The first step to health, good health, is to get off the booze. You're never going to get better if you're drinking. So the worst part is when people have died and you try and be polite, but know why it was a wake-up call for me. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Stuart. You've got to wise up to it, haven't you? Smart. Also, I think high stress societies produce more alcoholics. Good point. Yeah. Also, chronic stress is the worst thing for you, really. If you want to live longer, you'll not live long if you've got chronic stress. Behind the beef burger, I think once you crack the 3 months mark, the urge to pick the first one up is not as strong. I'm not sure about that. You might be right on that. I was off for 8 years and tried to beat it again, and I failed to the point where I was touch and go. Steve-O, hey Steve, shared your ebook with my colleagues. Hopefully they'll buy it. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. It's a bit of a handy guide, really. I'm going to do another book with a bit more detail in it about life and how you can actually turn things around. Because you can turn your life around. You don't think that when you're in the depths of addiction, when you're at the bottom of the bottle, when you're suffering. But you can do it. You can really do it. Thanks, Bob, for that coffee. I really appreciate that. If you want to support the channel, I'd say just buy me coffee links at the bottom or super chats available. Yeah, it's not a good place to be once you've relapsed. It really isn't, because it will take you longer each time you do it. So obviously that's the key. Just don't have that one. Don't pick up. Even Gaza said that, didn't he? Yet he has many times. Paul, I'm 30 years sober, and so I could get back straight on it. Yeah. So there you go. So Paul's 30 years sober. That's incredible. And you can go back on it. There you go. Have a look at that. 30 years. Hi, Leslie. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Hello, Deb. How are you? Nice to see you. Brian, just bought 3 coffee, thanks. Brian says, better late than never. Always good to see you, Brian. Thanks for watching. I hope that Palmer was good. You had a good time over there. The weather's been a bit hit and miss here. Thanks again, Brian. Really appreciate your support there. All the support we get to the channel will go to help more people get off this horrendous roundabout of destruction that we're in, which is absolutely fucking awful, isn't it, really? And it'll get worse with time. Samara said it's progressive, isn't it? Mick, after your 8 years sober, how long did it take for you to be reliant again? About a week. Less than a week, Mick. 8 years, a couple of drinks, bang. Couldn't get off it. I went back to the doctor, couldn't get any medication. In 2014, self-medicated in 2019, and I was on death's door by then. Leslie, fine, thanks. Still buggering her. Good. Well done, Leslie. Leslie, if you don't mind me telling people, I mean, you're quite open about it. Leslie had a liver transplant, survived that, which is doing really well. So there you go. There's always hope. So don't be like the people I know in the pub who say, oh, I'll never get well again. I'm too old, You've got to get well again because your health is your wealth, as we all know. And if you've been to the bottom, there's a few of us have it here. Samara and Leslie, a few others. 2 years ago, she had the liver transplant. You get well again and live a good life. And you'll enjoy your life better because you're sober. It's a massive boost. 64. That's it. Remember that song? Will you still need me, or will it something like that when you're 64 by the Beatles? 64. What an age. Hope you're watching Samantha. Yeah, Lizzie had a liver transplant and remarkable. It's incredible though how many people have all of these problems and will go back on the booze. Well, that guy I know anyway, in my local area. He was in hospital the same time as me. And he was told by the same consultant as me. We went to see every 6 months. Don't drink again. He drank again. He's not here anymore. Horrendous, isn't it? Not a bottle of wine, no. No, have a smoothie to celebrate. That's the thing, isn't it? So, you can beat it. You can get well again. Your body will only repair if you allow it to. Your body will fight for you if you allow it to. And, treat it with respect. I used to have a mate who used to say, "Oh, my body's a temple." He was just joking, really, but he's still fit on the wrong side of 60. So treat your body with a bit more respect. That's the thing, isn't it? So we have around 60,000 thoughts a day, not all our own. If you can recognise the addiction, catch the first thought and shut it down. That's separation, and you won't even have to fight anymore. I like that, yeah. It's good. Separate it away. Daniel, I had a friend who in 2007 died. He's just 40 from it. It's an illness on a par with heart disease and cancer, really. Oh, yeah, 100%. Plus, you've got all the accidents, suicides, depression. It causes cancer, it causes heart attacks, it causes all these sort of things. It's really, really bad. It's just horrendous. And it's just like, the way to describe it is, it's living with alcoholism is barely existing, isn't it? Barely existing. It's just not. Life's not worth living when you're drinking heavy. You think that anyway. That's what I thought, and that's why I had to pull myself around. But I only did that when I was in the hospital. To be fair, I tried many times. Brian, hiya. Thanks for the support there, Brian. Really appreciate it. We've got family over for Easter. That would be, oh God, very soon. Isn't it? That would not have happened when I was at my worst. I'm most addicted to drink a few years ago. You don't want to see anybody, do you, Brian? You don't, at least alone family. Let alone family. We've got family over for Easter. No, I wouldn't that, because you want the time for yourself, don't you? To drink and things. Hope you had a good holiday, Brian. Appreciate that. Erebus Beyond, the Black Wall. I'm good, me. I don't really feel the urge to drink. If I do, I just swig like 3 Heineken Zeros. That's perfect, isn't it? Heineken Zeros. I was going to Zeros. You've got to fill it with something. Just don't touch the alcohol. But life's better, isn't it? As Brian just pointed out there. You can have family over. You can be a a decent person when you're drinking. That's really when you're just drinking zero, or you're not drinking. When you're drinking, you're a decent person. You're a pain in the backside, aren't you? Because you're so self, you become very selfish, and all you focus on is the next drink, and the drink you've got in your hand, and the drink you've hidden upstairs. The whole life's consumed by alcohol. You become obsessed by it. That's the problem. Christopher Clapperton, hi Steve. Jody living in Texas. Not had a drink since Christmas Day last year. Thanks to you. That's fantastic. Really pleased to see that message, Chris. Yeah. We're all about that. That's really good. Texas. Well, that's actually at the moment with all this carry on with America and Iran. Bloody hell. Paul, Christopher Clapperton, well done, mate. Yeah, fantastic. If you keep off it. Erebus Beyond, the Black Wall. In my we spider crawled in my hand. I don't know what that is. I think this was all right. I don't know what that's about, Erebus. I don't know you're a troll. I think you're just a bit mixed up. I am a bit mixed up with all that. Whatever you're going on there. So this is the trick. 4 days coming up, Easter holidays. Get sober if you can. If you're not already sober. Concentrate on your future and make every day a good one, because the weather will get better. You'll feel a bit better. And the best thing in the world is feeling good in the morning. It's not having a hangover, isn't it? Not waking up with a hangover. It's incredible. It's so good to be fresh, to be able to be reliable is massive as well, isn't it? It's a massive thing to be reliable. If you have alcoholism, a very serious case is better. It's obvious it's deadly. It's a mild case that can wreck you for a long time. It's a good point, then, yeah. It's not better, but I see the separation there. So when alcoholism becoming a constant slave, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, your marks to make sure he was not to let you go. It's very true. It takes over your life. It controls every aspect of your life. Daniel, England drinking culture is a reason for many of our illnesses with it. It's true that, yeah. Tim Price, the first drink will set you off. It will indeed. You've got to have this mindset. Look at it like a bottle of Dettol, a bottle of poison, really. The first drink. It'll soon put you off. If you wind or fast forward the tape to how ill you're going to be, that'll keep you off as well. David got out of hospital yesterday. He was in a weak alcohol withdrawal, so scary, and he died. Big wake-up call, 6 days sober. Wow. Well done, David. If you need any help going forward and if you're struggling at all, give me a text on this number. My number, and also the email address, it's in the description part of all the videos. Who needs it? Jason, you don't eat properly when you drink. Of course you don't. You just drink, don't you? Brian, my first drink over the holiday will be Lucky Saint or Guinness Zero. Yeah, there's a lot of places do this Lucky Saint on draft, isn't it, Brian? I tell you, my partner away for a weekend, and the hotel we stayed in had a bar, obviously, and had the Guinness Zero, but they put it on like a machine. It wasn't on draft; it was on a machine, and it really tasted quite good. It was poured well, Tim screws up your entire system. Tim just screws up everything, doesn't it? Screws up everything. And that's why it's linked to so many medical problems and other psychological problems, physical and psychological. Daniel, Steve, I really appreciate that. I might text you on May. Of course, yeah. Anybody can text me if you need a bit of chat or something. Because I've been at the bottom of the barrel like a lot of others have here. That's why I encourage people to watch the videos, because there's comments from lots of people who've been in a really bad place, and obviously people like Paul, who's actually been sober for 30 years. That's got to be our longest period, surely. 30 years is incredible. Well, it is possible to go without even just one day at a time. That's how I did it. I'll always be an alcoholic, but choose not to drink. Sounds mad, but it worked for me. Yeah, you can't cure it, can you? Alex, thanks, Paul. Alex, what's the worst binge? I think 24 hours for my 40th birthday was a bad one. Day trips to France we used to go on with the mates and things like that. That binge, just steady drinking. 24 hours, 36 hours. Crazy. Slothhouse 999, what do you think about supermarket deals and alcohol beer discounts 3 for 2? It's a private business, isn't it, Sloth? Not much I can do about that, but it does encourage people to buy more, I suppose. It's a bit like Wetherspoons, 99 pence a pint, isn't it, really? But thanks for that. I've seen a lot of in the shops over Easter, coming up to Easter. So, David, good luck with mate. Scary times. Your beer will be full of mixed emotions at the moment. Stay strong, it'll get better. It will, definitely. Might take a bit of time, but it'll get there. And this one Brian mentioned there, this Lucky Saint. That's a good little drink substitute. Guinness Zero is my favourite, obviously. That's it. You don't only hurt yourself, but also your family and friends. You do, yeah. They want to help you, It must be desperate. It must have been desperate for my parents trying to help me. And I was just so like, I'll be all right. And you know that as soon as you leave, you're going to dip into a can. Not because you want to, but you feel you have to, if that makes sense. It really is a difficult one to explain that. I didn't like drinking in the end. I felt I had to stop the pain, and I was going to distress of withdrawal, which is absolutely horrendous, isn't it? It's not a good place to be. I'm glad there's so many people on, actually, for a Wednesday. It'll be even more tomorrow, I suppose, because it's going to the holidays. If you do want to support the channel, please hit the super chat button or buy me a coffee link, which is down the bottom. And thanks to Brian for supporting the channel. It all goes to help more people. It widens the channel. We've got 17,000 subscribers now. I'd like to get to 20 by about the end of May, which is my partner's birthday. So it'd be a good celebration. 20,000 would be great, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be this large and this good without you being here and your comments and insights and wisdom. A lot of clever people on here. Because alcohol doesn't discriminate. And I think there's this common thread of people who are highly intelligent, very motivated, overthinkers that get in a bother with alcohol. Daniel, I gave AA several goes. Unfortunately, it never seemed to work for me. I was years ago given a French medication, compressed, word free, very briefly. I've heard of that compressed. I never had anything like that. I had 3 or 4 goes with diazepam, which got me off, and then stopped giving it out. Well, we discussed that in a lot of detail at diazepam. How any one drink engages the reward center in the brain. Even contemplating the relief of a drink activates it, causes relapse. Yeah, you're right there, man. Reward center. What's the reward though? Mine wasn't a reward. Mine was like I can go on the drink again. But I never really understood it. If that makes sense, why do I want that one drink? I think with me it was complacency a little bit as well. I felt all right, 8 years. So I was actually frightened of drinking again, but I sort of got slightly coerced into it. So never be ashamed or afraid to tell people that you've got an alcohol issue. You can word it whatever way you want, but don't say you'll be frightened of it. It's the only illness that people have. That people say, "Oh God, you should do this, you should do that." The boys push you into it, push you into it, but they suggest. Yeah, I mean, I was at the airport last year with my partner. This guy was sitting next to me. And I just happened to say, "Oh, it's expensive in here." I said, "Oh, it's about £8 a pint." I said, £9 a pint. And I said, "Oh, I don't drink actually. Why not?" 20 questions later, I said, "I just don't drink." It's like it goes on and on. It's the only thing you've got to explain to people, isn't it? You give it up and you got to explain to people that you don't drink. It's a massive list of questions, isn't it? I think you've done something horrendously wrong. That's another story, isn't it? The main thing, though, as I said, going forward, is to treat every day as a good day and make sure that you don't take that first drink. That first one's always going to be the problem. It's never, ever, ever going to be in your remit to just have a social drink again. By that I mean control it. Because we've had so much alcohol that if we would have controlled it, years ago, it's gone now. That time, isn't it? Really. So, man, I must admit, the constant beating of family and friends telling me to stop drinking actually angered me. I knew I was an alcoholic, exactly, but I was helpless at the time. Just drove me to more drink. That's exactly. It's a good word. That helpless. That's how I felt. Just stop a bit, cut down. I wanted to. I couldn't. Helpless is a fantastic way of describing it. To be fair, apparently most alcoholics activate the reward center the very first time they drank. Ask them they found the key to life. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the first drink. I still remember the first drink I had. Chris, the first drink is a killer for me. My judgment goes out the window after that. Yeah, right. Same here. Same big. Brian Miss, same here. Yeah, the constant bickering makes you angry. Drink more. I think it's a cycle, isn't it? Did you read Curtain? Read a Curtain. Nice to see you, Stephen. Thanks for your honesty. This is my opinion. It's a huge part of recovery. Yeah, thanks for that. I think you've got to be honest with yourself. We all deny it, but we on here have all got a problem with it. Nothing wrong with that. That's why I encourage people to talk about it. I mean, people watch it and don't comment to some of them. I mean, it's nice that people watch as well, isn't it? Watch the videos, because I'm here to try and help people. That's the mission. Because I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. I don't have this huge religious side to me, but praying that I just get out of hospital. I want it to be. I'd have just lived on the streets without being in the hospital. I got institutionalised nearly 2.5 years in the hospital, and I thought they couldn't do anything. Eventually, they did. I recovered by just eating and being very focused. I think anybody who's beaten this is a tough cookie. I'm not just saying that for myself. I just mean the people I've met that have actually beat it, or at least got sober for a long period of time. Pretty tough, mentally and physically. You have to be, because it's so easy to go back. Thanks, Samara, for that sort of chat. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support we get. Makes a massive difference to the channel. Keeps it going. It's a fantastic community. This. I'd like to get 100 people, and I think we should have a physical meet at some point. Get 100 people. Thanks, Samara. Really appreciate it. If you want to drop a sort of chat in, please do so. You know where it is. Helps the channel, and keep watching the videos. Subscribe and share as well, because this community's got a lot of power now. And I've seen a lot of people talk about I'm going to be doing hopefully a radio show soon on an online radio channel. And I'll be mentioning all them, get you to come on that. Hoppity Samara coming through with a fiver. Good man. Well done, Samara. Massive boost to the channel. Massive boost. And, keep focused, keep moving. We all need to keep this in check because I've met many people through doing the lives and through the channel that have been sober for a while and gone back on it and can't get off it again. That's the danger. Brian, I could have won an Oscar for my performances and pretending to be sober in front of my wife. She always knew. Yeah, I know what you're saying. My father knew. He used to ring up and say, "You had a drink, haven't you?" I said, No. Even you on the telephone, my dad. So there you go. They all know it, Brian, don't they? They all know. The performances, yeah, he used to say, "Had 2 pints." Remember the old day when you had old days when you used to smoke in pubs, well, come back straight to smoke. Yeah. So when I hot penny, 6.5 cigarettes. I think I've got that. Chris, the work you do is invaluable to me. No one makes you do it. I'm very grateful for your channel. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. Jessup, I can go for a while, just having a couple. Then I'll go on a binge. Yeah, that's the problem. I couldn't really just have a couple. I would always have more than a couple, but my days off were always a bit an excuse to have more. At the time, I was really a good area to live for pubs, if that makes sense. There's some country pubs, like again, the underground, go to the city pub. How many drunks of time consuming is nothing else? Ask Stephen. Yeah, you're right there, mate. Good point. Denzel, yeah, they know. Even if you've only had a few, your close family will know. Yeah, because I think if anybody's here long term sober, you can go to any supermarket any day of the week and you can spot the big drinkers, not just because of the amount of alcohol they've got, just the way they are, a bit shifty, a bit nervous. Look at an airport queue upon returning from a holiday. That's where you'll see a lot of alcoholics. Just a days off, get me boredom drinking. Yeah, there's a lot of people that mean. Just the boredom. That's where you've got to fill your time in. You have a plan of action. You have to find something to do which is more healthy, more stimulating, more useful than drinking. It's about what it is, as long as it's legal. But you must have a bit of a plan there around that. Because I'll tell you, how many hours, if you just add up how many hours you spend drinking, traveling to the boozer, recovering, I bet it's more hours than you spend at work. It's, over a year, it would add to more. You finish at work 4 or 5, you drink from 5 to 11, then he's got a day off next day, you spend 10 hours trying to recover. The whole weekend, you're recovering, aren't you? Trying to recover. Daniel, the people who are lucky enough to not suffer the way we have could spend a few days suffering the way we have, they would more sympathetic than empathetic. Yeah, I agree, Daniel. No one knows. That's why I believe when an alcoholic knows how an alcoholic feels. And that's why GP's first point of contact were pretty much let down. So when I functional alcoholics living 2 lives at the same time, it's hard enough living one life. It's about to take its toll in the end. I agree. Yeah, you're trying to run 2 lives, 2 identities really at the same time, especially with what you did and what I did, being sort of forced. You're military, I was police. You've got to step up again. It's very difficult. How many my dad used to say, my voice changed, and I said, yeah, I know a lot. I know what you're saying, yeah, they do know. Well, I would know, but I always drink a lot. A little compassion goes a long way. Yeah, I know it does. It makes a big difference. But if you're annoyed because you've got relatives who can't stop and you've never been in our situation, it's hard to work that out. So Rick has hundreds of personalities. Yeah. I love to know his alternatives as well. Haven't seen him. I haven't really watched him for a while. Actually. Chris, I typically drink around my wife's diary. If she's working from home, is she in the office? Yeah, so that's another thing. Planning. We plan to drink, don't we? Plan our lives on drink. My wife just clocked me when I tried to take my underpants off over my head. Yeah, fucking hell. I know what you're saying. They clock the bank statements as well. Chris, at the office, yeah. They intercept credit card statements and all that. What a nightmare! It was a total nightmare. Um, it's the whole thing was worse than a part-time job, wasn't it? I say part of a full-time job, it wasn't a part-time job. So it should be part of it was a full-time job. It became, like I say, I became obsessed with alcohol when I was young. I thought this is my game changer, big game changer. This is what life's all about. Getting in the boozer with the big boys. Stealing the road boys. It's a lot of nonsense, isn't it? Taking your underpants off your head, over your head. I peed in the odd wardrobe. I've actually got caught in a hotel sleepwalking as well. With 0 on, which is a bit embarrassing. I was about 19, 20. So when Brian, at least stay with your underpants and not your wife's stays. That's a good point. Especially on CCTV. Yeah, they all know. That's it. So we try and hide it. I mean, the places we hide booze is incredible. Drink a higher drinker. They say, "How are you? Hello, Stephen and everybody. I'm too late. Have a great summer day." No, you're not. We'll go for a bit longer. The clocks have gone forward. That's going to remembered. um, uh, so basically, keep moving forward. The perceived faux pas of not drinking comes from us drinkers. But in reality, no one cares if you take a soft drink. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. So faux pas comes from us drinkers. But in reality, no one cares if you take a drink. Well, I suppose that's true. Yeah, in a way. You've got to be careful what you do. Careful what you're doing. Careful not to fall back. It's so quick to fall back. I mean, I don't think I've got a problem now with it after 6.5 years, but you never know. If something comes up in life. So it's something that has to be in the back, well, the front of your mind, not on the back. Viking, chain reaction, have a drink, pick up a vape, don't eat, can't sleep, hair the dog, repeat all day. Sleep is not so bad, isn't it, with a drink? You can't sleep properly, you're just comatose, aren't you? You don't sleep well at all. It's impossible to sleep with alcohol in the system. Your body will just not cope, unfortunately. I had penny blackouts, so very frightening. How the heck do we rationalise waking them talking with no memory? Yeah, I remember a few blackouts, just the odd couple. I mean, I don't remember them, but I remember waking up in Nottingham Forest at 7 o'clock in the morning when I'd been out for a drink at night. It was certainly not a good place to be. But, you just think, how did I get here? What have I done on the way here? Have I been robbed? Or, checking your wallet, or you should check the warrant card, and, all that sort of thing. But I remember going to the pub, sometimes I always used to cycle down the pub thinking I'd get back quick. Kind of very demanding tyrant behind closed doors. I could never cycle back. I used to push the bike back. It took twice as long as walking. Never got a taxi. I think there were any taxis around in Epping Forest that time. And there was no Uber. They could have gone a long time ago, 30 years ago. And so they used to fall in the road with this bike. What's all that about? Ian Watts, hiya. Hi all, just joined the chat now. 15 months old, well done, Ian. I'm learning more about myself day by day after 40 years drinking and being in various stages of intoxication. Yeah, it's a learning curve, definitely. The best learning curve is when you come out of it and you get sober. That's fantastic. Like, how did you know I'm finished with drink? Was just normal. I was told by a doctor if I drank again I'd die, and they showed me the X-rays and the scans and my liver, basically. And I know I've finished here. I might as well just get a gun, blow my head off. I don't know. If I drank again, I'll be rationalising an alien abduction. It's impossible, isn't it? Actually, impossible. It's really, really difficult to put it into words. Really, how you feel, and how it traps you back in. What I mean, yeah. Certainly, well, Christian with 50 months sober was a big win. Congratulations, massive. Yeah, Ian, well done. Keep focusing on it. Anybody who's got sober, congratulations. Anybody who's trying to get sober, congratulations. Anybody who's here, congratulations. Just keep moving forward. Speak to the guys and girls on here. Speak to me. Keep watching the videos. Keep watching what you're doing yourself as well. Be very mindful of where you are with this. But also remember, you should never give up. never give up, because I could have easily given up. I was going to kill yourself at one point. And thankfully, I got over it. I said it before, if you benefit from these lives, because not monetize these lives, so they flow very well, please hit the super chat button or buy me coffee link at the bottom there, which a few people have done. Any support is fantastic, of course. It helps grow the channel, and we can help more people to get healthy. That's the main thing. Just what I've noticed, I've had vivid dreams when I've not been drinking. Have you experienced it? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I used to get the odd dream about still being a drinker when I was getting sober, if that makes sense. Which is really odd, isn't it? But your sleep will come back better. Your whole life will get better. You feel better physically and mentally. And it's a big thing when you feel good. It's nice to feel good again and enjoy the simple things, I had plenty of blackout at 33 years old, started me on this journey. What a bonfire. Yeah, it's a long journey. It's a very complex journey of sobriety, isn't it? Until you get there. Getting the sobriety long term is amazing. Once you get there, it's worth the battle. Daniel, I need to form some kind of league table of how long in sobriety. Unfortunately, must admit I'm struggling, so I'm trying, thinking what to help myself. Keep on here. Text me as well. I'll do some one-to-one support as well, which has proved quite good. Proved excellent actually or something. And you've got to focus on where you want to be, Johnny. You don't want to be 6 foot under, if that makes sense, because there's no alternative here. There's no social drinking. You've only got two doors open. One is to drink yourself to death, and the other is to escape from it and have a better life. So when I woke up on one of those large roundabouts with trees and bushes, the cars were whizzing around. I didn't know where the hell I was. Jesus, that must be frightening, man. Roundabout. Chris, vivid dreams is definitely a thing. Very, very vivid. Interesting, that. That's good. I'd say it's important to keep your head where your feet are. All we have is now. Yeah. Don't focus on yesterday. Because, that's history, isn't it? And tomorrow's a mystery. Focus on the here and now, but make sure you know where you're going to be tomorrow, which is another sober day. And like I said, all these holidays coming, there's more pressures, more advertising for booze and all that sort of, maybe like, Brian said earlier, you've got family coming around, or you're expected to be somewhere. Think of how well you're going to be the next day and how unwell you're going to be if you have a drink. Because I couldn't take that risk anymore. It's always been a risk to take a drink when you've got an alcohol issue. But when you get a bit older and your life's starting to have a few cracks in it, or your body is anyway, then you've got to be very mindful. You're not going to recover. You might not recover. Lovely Cheryl, how are you doing, lovely Cheryl? Hello, everyone from Spain. What part of Spain you in? You don't mind me asking? Hot Penny when I have 90 days, 5 years. Yeah, fantastic. Hot Penny. Yes, Penny, when tend to overcomplicate things, get back to basics, and life does become easier. Yeah, that's overthinking again, isn't it? Overthinking. It's got to be a simpler life. Simpler life. Costa del Sol, oh nice. Decent weather down there, but to be honest, it's been all right last couple of days here, but still chilly. No, it's really the north. Well, in the northeast, it's always cold. Isn't it? Two seasons, June and winter. But hopefully get a little bit better. So lighter nights, people will come out of this dark, gloomy depression they're in. Hopefully, they'll recover. Well, the economy will recover at some point in our lifetime. But the main thing to think about is your health and how we can improve it. Because if you're throwing alcohol down your neck, you're not going to improve anything, are you? Certainly not your health. Your health's going to suffer. Your whole lifestyle will suffer. And your world will become a smaller place. Because the only thing that I can't do is drink. And I don't miss that now. I love Spain, better weather than Belgium. Yeah, Belgium pretty much similar to the UK, isn't it? A little bit cloudy, a little bit wet or something. Rat man. Let's get rid of the rat man. Over he is. I thought we'd fucked him off. Ginger Noggin bought a coffee. Thanks, Ginger Noggin. Ginger Noggin said, thanks for all the solid advice you give us, all Steve. You're a top man. Appreciate that, Ginger. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much for that. You're welcome. There's a lot of advice from the other commentators on here, people in the comments, as it were. We're all here to help each other and support each other. I think it's a good platform to do that. Thanks again, Ginger. Really appreciate it. Hope any of this meat suit of mine is way easier to drag around without withdrawal. Meat suit. Kristen, we're glad it isn't just me. No, we're all the same. We're a very band of problem drinkers, basically, aren't we? All of you show, poor thing, someone has to do it. Be nice to spend. It's getting expensive down there. I've been recently to Africa. I was quite reasonably priced out. Good weather as well. So if you can, expand a bit further. Anywhere it's better than the UK at the moment with weather though. It's been pretty rubbish. But, so focus on today. Focus on tomorrow. And make sure your health is your number one priority. It has to be. I am Zuckerberg. I will not walk to the shop. I will not walk to the shop. This is hard. Right, well, do something else. It's a distraction. Distract yourself. Have a drink of water. Make some food. Listen to some music. Do something. Because it's a great feeling when you get to the shop and you have the beers and you think, oh, well, I'm safe now. The next day is hideous, isn't it? The next day can be absolutely horrific when you start again. You have all the guilt or the feeling of feeling rough and not want to go anywhere and all this sort of thing. And you get trapped. Well, the biggest thing, I think the biggest advantage to me being sober is the freedom. I don't feel trapped by anyone. I used to feel trapped. I used to feel hideous. I used to feel. I just felt fucking awful. You get sick of being sick, don't you? Of feeling sick. And the amount of times I came off it, I thought, I feel really good. I went back on it again. I think I'm quite a sensible bloke. It just amazed me how I got back into it after all the trauma and hassle that I'd gone through and caused other people, really. Do some reading, take a good shower, drink coffee, eat chocolate. Yeah, chocolate's fantastic, isn't it? It's absolutely incredible how it'll take away the cravings. A bit of chocolate. You can eat as much chocolate as you want, remember, without being silly. But you have to take your mind off it, and you have to um, believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can do it, and you want to do it. So us humans are amazing. We have the brain power to send 4 astronauts around the moon. Shortly yet, we can't say no to a simple drink. I know that. What's all that about? And most of the people I've come across, in fact, all of them, pretty switched on people. There's some meatheads don't seem to get affected by it. Hi, Ginger Morgan. You're welcome, but very true. All here for each other. Thanks so much for that support there. Really good. I've had quite a bit of support tonight. If anybody else wants to support, please do so. Buy me coffee links down the bottom there, or super chats we've had as well, which is really good. Broadens the channel, makes it more available to people, and helps people get off this horrendous thing. Alcohol. Dan, think, communication, honesty, and respect helps me. Good job on the 70k subs. Keep sharing the message. Thanks so much, Dan. Appreciate that. Cat Beast. I wonder sometimes what is my idea of a successful drinking session. 0 is mine. People said to me before, if you could, well, you've heard it before, wave a magic wand when you go back and be a moderate drinker. No chance. Even as a moderate drinker, I still had headaches. I still felt rough. I still didn't like myself. I still felt nauseous. I still couldn't perform the same level in anything. All the things we think drink is going to enhance. The way you look, the way you present yourself, your sex life, your personality, your social skills. They're all better sober. All of them. Everything's better sober that you do in life. And for your body to perform anywhere near 50%, and you know it's 100%, you've got to get off the boot. Hopani Samana, Aquanaut. I'm watching Artemis take off tonight from the backyard. It's like watching Moneyman. Wow. That's incredible of you to watch that from your backyard. A rocket. Hell. Is that the one that's going to blow my head? To the moon. That's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Yeah, we've got to We've got to keep off the booze. That's it. I'll keep saying it because my dad used to say things like, "Get through your thick head." I'm not sure you think when you say that to me. It never went into my head until I thought I was going to die. Eventually, it did penetrate my small brain. You cannot drink anymore, and that's it. That was the end game. Closed the door in that chapter. The doors were well and truly locked, like the cells I used to work with when I was in the police. Lock the door, throw away the key. Really, helping you make sure you get your money's worth. God, yeah. How much does that like costing rockets? At least you can watch them and enjoy it now when you're sober. Like I said before, I can do anything I want now within reason, other than drink. And I don't want to drink because I know that if I go tonight and have one, I wouldn't be here on Saturday. I'd be in hospital, or maybe 600. I certainly wouldn't be doing this. And what's the point of it anymore? We've done it. It's like trying to go back to secondary school. You don't be able to do it. We're past that. This chapter's finished. As far as military service is finished, my police service is finished. Your universities are finished. All that sort of thing. I'm going to coach you a little bit, yeah. Just a bit of a head cold. My partner says cold head. Went up to the coast on Saturday. It was freezing by the beach, or on the beach. It'll be gone soon. I'll get some of those Sudafed things, or breathe some hot lemon and ginger. It'll be gone soon. It's nothing major. Thanks for looking into it. A good curry, cures a cold. Very rare I don't get a cold. It's just here, it's just been nasally, really. Anyway, let's carry on a few more minutes. Anybody else got any comments on anything particular? I'd just like to reiterate that the first drink is the most dangerous. If you can avoid that first one, you can avoid a whole world of trouble. That's what you've got to be careful of. Thankfully, I haven't done many trolls, which is good. Pleased about that. And what I'll try and do is I'll try and get on every night about Easter because, again, tomorrow, being Thursday, is going to be like Friday, isn't it? So it's relapse city for a lot of people, the holidays. I'm not saying anybody here is going to do that, but still makes people aware, that it's going to be a 4-day break for people from work. And if you... I was thinking about, I might just have 1 or 2 as a village fade out or some nonsense. Keep on here, keep focused, watch the video, keep in touch with people as well. That's amazing. You can't do this on your own. It's very difficult to do on your own. I did only because I was in hospital, but it's much easier to do when you've got some support. You always be supported here. We'll support each other because we're all in the same boat, as it were. And it's so easy. Now I know it, a lot of you know it, to go back to square one. We don't want to do that, do we? Okay. Well, thanks for the night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. And anything you have to, if you want these subjects covered, let me know. Keep well, keep healthy, and we'll see you soon. Andrew, one drink, one drug. Yeah, I was just counting that. Yeah, one drink, one drug. That's a good way of putting it. One drink and you're back to square one, aren't you? Back to square one. Debbie, good night. Drink is pain, thanks, Steve. It certainly is, man. So, hot penny, good for you, but I think we gamble when we're drinking. Yeah, I think we do. Yeah. Be very careful of that. Don't gamble anything. It's because your inhibitions are low. Okay, folks, we'll see you soon. Thanks again to everyone who's put coffee in and super thanks. It makes much a big dent. A big dent. A massive help to the channel. And let's all keep going forward and keep focused, keep sober, be lucky, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Stephen, and everybody. Please stay sober, stay strong, yeah. Andrew, thanks, Stephen. You're welcome. Mick, thanks, man. Nice one, Stephen. Cheers, Mick. Thanks to all of you for coming on, and thanks for everything you do for the channel, for me. Night, everyone. Good night, Steve. See you all soon. Take care. Yeah. Before my uncle used to say, be lucky. It's a good one, though. I like that. Be lucky, because a little bit of luck will be 600. We've had a bit of luck to be here. We should be grateful we're here. Show some gratitude. It's important that. And support each other, support yourself, look after your family. So get some rest soon and get rid of that head. I will do a story. Yeah, cheers. A bit of a lie at the moment, I think. Take it easy and maybe I've currently all right. The next Vindaloo would blow away, wouldn't it? See you all soon. Take it easy. Good night, all. This format's changed, on here. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, it's just moved up there. YouTube changed a lot of things, doesn't it? Okay, we'll see you soon. Take care.